Welcome to the channel. Let's get straight into it. You're in a conversation. It feels like small talk. You're talking about the weather, the bar, the party, work. It all seems polite, meaningless, just friendly, but you're wrong. For men, small talk is often a necessary, annoying hurdle to get to the real conversation. For women, the small talk is the real conversation. It's a highly sophisticated, low-risk data gathering mission. Every question, every seemingly throwaway comment is a piece of a puzzle. She's not just being friendly. She's qualifying you, testing you, or politely disqualifying you, all under the perfect cover of plausible deniability. Your job is to stop listening to the words and start decoding the intent. Today, we are breaking down the phrases women use in small talk that mean something else entirely. We're separating the green lights from the polite no's. And we're starting with the phrases that mean she is absolutely not just being friendly. The first category is the interview. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, she becomes an investigator. But she can't just come out and say, "Give me your 5-year plan and a full financial and emotional breakdown." So she uses subtle, probing questions. It starts with this one. "So, what do you do for fun?" On the surface, it's a boring, standard question. You probably answer with, "Oh, I watch movies, hang out with friends, go to the gym." Wrong. That's a terrible answer. What she's actually asking is, what are our potential shared activities? What would a date with you look like? Are you an interesting person or am I going to be bored? She's trying to build a mental picture of her in your life. When you say, "I watch movies," she hears, "He's passive." When you say, "I hang out with friends," she hears, "He has no individual identity." A better answer? Be specific and passionate. I've actually been getting really into bouldering lately, trying to solve this V4 problem at the local gym. Or, I've been teaching myself how to cook proper Italian food. My carbonara is still a work in progress. This gives her hooks. It gives her a visual. It shows passion, drive, and a life she can actually imagine being a part of. She can now respond with, "Oh, I've always wanted to try climbing." And boom, you have a date idea. The next interview question is more direct. It's the classic, "Are you here with anyone?" Or, "So, are you seeing anyone?" This is probably the single biggest green light in female small talk. Do not, under any circumstances, take this as just polite conversation. She is not your aunt at Thanksgiving. A woman who is not interested in you romantically does not care about your relationship status. It's irrelevant information. She is asking this for one reason: to find out if the position of your girlfriend is open and what the application process looks like. How you answer is critical. Don't be weird or evasive. "Haha, no, not at the moment. Just been focusing on work, a project, and haven't met the right person." This is a perfect answer. It says, 1, I'm available. 2, I have standards. 3, I have a life outside of dating. It makes you a prize. Now let's talk about the compliment. A generic nice shirt is just that. It's polite. But a specific compliment is a targeted weapon. When she says, "That color blue really brings out your eyes," or, "I've been watching you talk to your friends, you have a really great laugh," that is not small talk. She is literally telling you, "I am paying close attention to you. I am studying the details of you, and I like what I see." She's moving past the superficial and commenting on something personal. She's broken the polite barrier. Your only job here is to accept it calmly. "Thanks, I appreciate that. I noticed a specific, genuine compliment about her myself." Game on. But the biggest, most obvious signal that she is not just being friendly is when she uses the future projection phrase. This is the one. "We should totally do that sometime." This often comes after you've shared a common interest. You mention you love a certain band. She says, "Oh my God, me too. They're in town next month. We should totally go." The key words are "we" and a specific plan. This is not a vague, "let's hang out." This is her literally painting a picture of you and her together in the future. She's handing you an invitation. Your only response is to lock it down. "That's a great idea. Pull out your phone. Let's see what night works." If you hesitate, if you say, "Yeah, totally, let's do that," and don't make a plan, you've just failed the test. You've shown you're either not interested or not confident enough to take the lead. This is a good time to pause. If you're finding this useful, if you've ever been confused by a conversation like this, do me a favor and smash the like button. It's free, and it tells the algorithm that you guys want more content that breaks down the real truth. Okay, let's move on to the yellow lights. These are the tests. This is when she's interested, but she's cautious. She's probing for your frame, your confidence, and your intentions. These are the phrases she uses to see if you'll flinch. The first and most common test: you must get so many girls, or I bet you say that to all the women. This is a trap. It's a shit test, plain and simple. She's doing two things. One, giving you a backhanded compliment to see how you react. Two, trying to figure out if you're a player. The wrong ways to answer: getting defensive. No, no, I don't. I'm actually really shy. You just failed. You're weak. Getting arrogant. Yeah, I do pretty well for myself. You just failed. You're a jerk. The right way to answer is to pass the test with confident humor. You don't deny it, you don't confirm it, you deflect it playfully. If she says, you must get so many girls, you smile, lean in slightly and say, only the ones with good taste, like you. If she says, I bet you say that to all the women, you say, only the ones I'm genuinely trying to impress. Is it working? You've agreed with the subtext that you're a desirable man without being arrogant, and you've turned it right back into a playful flirt. You passed. The next test is the intent probe. So, what are you looking for? This is a massive yellow light. She's asking because she's enjoyed the conversation, she's feeling a connection, but she's afraid of a mismatch in expectations. She doesn't want to be a hookup if she's looking for a relationship, and less likely but possible, she doesn't want a relationship if she's just looking for fun. Honesty is key, but how you're honest is everything. The wrong answer: I'm just looking for fun, not really into anything serious. You've just commoditized yourself and her. The wrong answer: I'm looking for my future wife. See, too much pressure, you've just failed. The right answer is confident, non-needy, and sets a standard. Honestly, I'm not on a specific hunt for anything. I'm just focused on my career right now, but I'm always open to meeting an amazing person who I connect with. And right now, I'm having a great time connecting with you. This answer is perfect. It says, I have a life and a purpose, my career. I have high standards. I'm looking for someone amazing. I am not desperate. I am interested in her specifically. This makes her feel safe but also challenged. She now wants to be that amazing person. The final yellow light is the simple, playful tease. This is when she makes fun of you for something small: your shirt, your drink, the story you just told. Oh, you're one of those guys who drinks whiskey neat, trying to be Don Draper? This is not an insult, it's an invitation to banter. She's testing your frame. Will you get defensive? Will you crumble? Will you get boring and literal? The wrong answer is to get defensive. What's wrong with that? Whiskey is supposed to be drunk neat. You're out. The right answer is to tease back, amplify the joke. Absolutely. My secretary is just parking the '65 Lincoln. You should see my hat collection. Or tease her back. It's better than that bright pink drink you've been nursing for an hour. What's in that unicorn tears? This is the language of flirting. She's testing to see if you can speak it. If you can, you're in. If you can't, and you get logical or defensive, you're on a fast track to the friend zone. So we've covered the green lights that show she's interested and the yellow light tests you have to pass. But what about the other side? What about the phrases that sound nice, that sound friendly, but are actually a polite, quiet, and brutal no? These are the red lights. These are the phrases that mean she is only being friendly, and you are being put directly into the friend zone. Let's start with the classic, the most infamous phrase in all of dating. This one: you're so nice. Or it's cousins: you're so sweet. You're such a good guy. Let's be absolutely clear. When a woman you are romantically interested in calls you nice or sweet in small talk, it is not a compliment. It is a consolation prize. It is the kiss of death. She is not just being friendly, she is actively and politely disqualifying you as a romantic option. Think about the men she's actually attracted to. Does she call them nice? No, she calls them hot, funny, smart, confident, sexy, even a bit of an asshole. Nice is the word she uses for someone she feels no spark for, no tension with, no desire for. Nice means safe. Nice means non-threatening. Nice means platonic. When you hear "you're so nice," what she is really saying is, I have evaluated you as a romantic partner, and you did not make the cut. However, I value you as a human and do not want to hurt your feelings. So here is a word to make you feel good about this rejection. If you get this phrase, your flirting has failed. You've been too agreeable, too supplicating. You've created no polarity, no challenge, no sexual tension. You haven't been a man she wants. You've been a man who's been performing to be liked. This brings us to the next, more advanced version of the nice bomb. This is the third-party compliment. Any girl would be so lucky to have you. This one feels good for a second. She thinks I'm a catch. No, she doesn't. Read the subtext. Any girl, except me. She is literally, in plain English, outsourcing you to the entire female population because she is not interested. She's sales pitching you to an imaginary customer because she's not buying. It's the same as, why are you single? You're such a great guy. This is not an invitation, it's a rhetorical question. She's looking at you, a product on the shelf, and saying, this looks good. Why hasn't anyone bought it? But she is not putting you in her cart. It's a statement of observation, not participation. And then, of course, the most brutal red light of all, the final nail in the coffin. You're like a brother to me. If you hear this, it's over. Pack your bags. Go home. There is no coming back from the brother zone. This is a 10-foot thick, steel-reinforced wall she has just built between you. It is her saying, in the clearest way she possibly can, the thought of being sexual with you is off limits. I have now recategorized you in my brain as family, and any romantic or sexual advance from you from this point forward will be seen as weird and inappropriate. Do not try to fight this. Do not try to prove her wrong. You will only look desperate and creepy. Your only move is to accept the classification and move on. That's cool. You're like a sister to me too. Anyway, you got any cute friends? That's it. You've saved your dignity. So how do we avoid these friend zone red lights? It all comes back to the initial conversation. You end up here because you played it too safe. You were too friendly. You didn't tease, you didn't lead, you didn't create any tension. You were waiting for her to give you obvious, unmistakable green lights before you made a move. But as we've discussed, most women don't do that. They give you the subtle green lights. They give you the yellow light tests. They wait for you to have the confidence to pass those tests and then make the move. When you just sit there being nice and safe and friendly, she gets bored and moves on. By the way, if you're sick of ending up in the friend zone and this is making sense, hit that subscribe button right now. We're dropping hard truths like this every single week. Finally, let's talk about the polite exits. These are the phrases she uses when she's not even interested enough to friend zone you. She just wants the conversation to end. The first one is, well, it was so great to meet you. The key word is was. Past tense, it's over. The interaction is complete. This is the verbal equivalent of her shaking your hand, giving you a certificate of participation, and pointing to the exit. This is not an invitation to ask for her number. This is the end of the line. The second one is, I should probably get back to my friends. This is a statement of priorities. My friends, who I came here with, are more interesting and more important to me than this conversation. She is politely ejecting from the interaction. The wrong move is to say, oh, can I come with you? Or, wait, just one more minute. The only move is to let her go. Cool, nice meeting you. And the third, most misunderstood exit, we should totally hang out sometime. This sounds like a green light, but it is the opposite of the one we discussed earlier. Notice the difference. The green light. Oh, you like hobby? We should go do specific thing on specific day. The red light. We should totally hang out sometime. Sometime is the key word. Sometime means never. It's a vague, non-committal platitude to end the conversation on a nice note. If she was actually interested, she would provide a specific activity or wait for you to provide one. Sometime is a social ghost. If you say, great, how about Friday? She will almost certainly hit you with the next red light. Oh, I'm just so busy with work right now, but I'll let you know. I'm busy is the adult way of saying I don't want to. It's not a real objection. It's an excuse. If a woman is genuinely excited about you, she is never too busy. She will make time. So let's put it all together. Small talk is a minefield. You're constantly being evaluated. But it's not hopeless. You just have to listen to the subtext, not the text. Is she asking you personal interview-style questions? That's a green light. Is she giving you specific compliments? Green light. Is she projecting a specific future plan with we? Massive green light. Is she testing you? Is she playfully teasing you or asking about your intentions? That's a yellow light. She's interested, but you have to pass the test with confident, playful humor. Or is she calling you nice or sweet? That's a red light. Is she saying any girl would be lucky or you're like a brother? That's a red light. She's friend-zoning you. Is she giving you a polite past tense, it was great meeting you, or a vague, we'll hang out sometime? That's a red light. She's exiting the conversations. Stop being a passive participant in your own life. Start decoding the signals. The small talk isn't small, it's everything. That's all for today. Drop a comment below with a phrase you've misunderstood in the past, and I'll see you in the next one.